So the last video that I did was about this tank, and it was more of a rant about what went wrong with it, in terms of it initially being set up with a sump. So in this video I'm going to talk more about what I do have, what it is running currently, rather than what it was supposed to be running. So it's a 300 litre tank, 4 foot wide, 2 foot tall, 1.5 foot depth front to back, and it was supposed to be running 100 litre sump, so a massive sump for this size tank anyway. It was custom, so I had the holes drilled at the back. I talked a lot about that, and I had some pipes coming out the back down into the sump. On paper it was going to work really well. It's going to be a really big system, but I talked about how it didn't work. I cracked the sump, which really was a bit of a blessing because I wasn't happy with it anyway. So it cracked, so I thought, right, I've got to get rid of it all, and I just whacked my old canister filter on it. So now it's running as a normal tank. I patched up the holes, as you can see at the top corners, patched up those holes there with pieces of glass, and I am still thinking about replacing the tank, but that won't be a big deal. It will just be the same tank, just without the holes in the corners. So this tank is primarily for my Bosemani rainbow fish, but I only have 3 males in here at the moment. 3 male Bosemanis, 6 females, 3 Siamese algae eaters at the bottom left, they're all just sitting there, 6 Panda Corys, and 6 Otocinclus. So 2 types of algae eater fish, keeps it really clean. The tank, like I said, is custom. It's got opti white glass on the front and sides. It's a really nice tank. It's just a shame about those 2 top corners. So aside from that, I'm just going to talk about what I'm going to do with the tank in the future, and how it's set up now. So with this being such a big tank, I am planning on getting more of the rainbow fish. The large orange and yellow and blue fish that I have in here. They're the male Bosemanis. Really nice fish. The only thing with rainbow fish is, they take about a year to get to a decent size. But I am going to get more males very shortly. Also, I'm going to get a load more plants. I know it's heavily planted now, but I'm thinking of getting a lot more plants. So this is probably the biggest Bosemani rainbow fish that I have in here, and then the one behind him is the second biggest. I bought this one from the shop fully grown, adult size, so I've always had him at this size. I bought 2 this size, but unfortunately one died not long ago. The other 2, I bought them very small, and the ones grew quite big, but the other one hasn't grown so much. But they're decent size and they're very healthy, really nice colours. You can see them there. One's slightly bigger than the other. But that's the thing with rainbow fish, they take a while to get to that adult size. So I've got 3 males. I'm going to up the numbers. Not sure yet. I have to look at what the ratio is to males to females, because the males do chase the females quite a bit. So I think you're supposed to have less males than females, but I'm not sure. Most people just have loads of males because of the colours. The females don't have much colour on them. So I definitely need to get some more males, because it looks a bit bland at the moment. The Siamese algae eaters here, these are ones with the black stripe down the middle. So I bought 3 of these just to get rid of the black-beard algae, because they're one of the only fish that eat black-beard algae. And it's a really horrible algae to have. You know, it's not harmful to the fish, but it's really ugly and it's really hard to get rid of. So I bought 3 of these, and they're about half this size at the time. Because they got downwards facing mouths. They're, you know, they come across as bottom feeders, really bottom feeders. They eat the algae off the leaves, but they swim around with the rainbow fish, and when you put any food into the tank, they just go mad. And really aggressive eaters, you know, which is good. I wouldn't recommend them in a small tank at all, because they grow really big and they're really aggressive eaters. You know, really boisterous fish. So just keep that in mind. The Panda Corys, this one's a Panda Cory here. Got 6 of these, had these about 3 years now. Never had one die. These are the longest fish that I've kept. So I think because I've had them for so long, I think they're quite hardy now. You know, I don't think I'm going to get much trouble from them. But they're really nice fish. The Panda Corys are the smaller of the species. You can get like bronze Corys and things like that, which are much bigger, but these are the small ones. They lay eggs, but I've never had babies. I think it's because all the fish just eat the eggs. You know, these rainbow fish and the Siamese algae eaters just eat everything. So I don't think there's much chance I'll get any babies from these. But they're really nice fish. I like the Panda Corys. This is one of the Otocinclus. It looks quite fat here, which is a good sign. So I've got 6 of these. They're very small, very shy fish, but they're really good at cleaning up certain types of algae. They won't eat all algae, but they'll eat quite a lot of it. And because this is a new tank, there's not much algae in the tank at all. So I was a bit worried that they might starve because they don't have a food source. So what I do is I put courgette into the tank on clips, or zucchini, in America they call it, and I put a big chunk of that in the tank, and all the fish in here just shred it. So that's probably why it's looking a bit fat. So if you don't have much algae, put courgette in there. These lids, I make custom lids for all my tanks, because these fish do jump, especially the Siamese algae eaters, and also water evaporation. Water evaporates so quick. So I just go on a website, a plastics website online in the UK, and I get twin wall polycarbonate sheeting. It's really cheap, and they cut it to size and just deliver it. Cost me about 20 quid, I think, for 2 sheets. Each sheet is half the width of the tank. 6mm thick. You can get, you know, 3, 4, 6, 10mm thick sheets. And then I use this Vivarium, these Vivarium Sliders, the tracks, Vivarium tracks, I think they're called. They take 6mm. Just get 2 of those, cut them to size. They're not even glued in or anything, they just sit there. And then you put 1 sheet on the top track, 1 sheet on the bottom track, and they just slide over the top of each other. Really good. I had it on my old tank, but the lids were glass. But I don't really like the glass lids, because if you get a bit of substrate in there, it scratches and makes horrible noise. And also if it cracks, it's going to fall into the tank. So I like the polycarbonate sheeting a lot. So I've showed you the stand before. The stand's really good. Me and my dad made this. The reason it opens up like that is because originally it was meant for a sump. So the middle door just pops off. But because of some cracked, I'm not using it anymore. I'm just using this filter, this canister filter. So there's a lot of space there for a lot of stuff. Got the food, got my towels, canister filter. Also got a little container there for dirty fish tank water for plants. So I just water the house plants with that. Some scissors and stuff like that. Old toothbrushes. Got the Prime water conditioner. And believe me, you do need this many towels. Well, I do anyway. You can never have too many towels. So the stand's really good. Got a big light up there as well. I don't really need the light. It was just so I could see inside the sump at the time, but I've left the light up there. Works really well. So this is the Fluval 406 canister filter. It's a really good filter. I love it. It's rated for 300 litre tanks, I think, which is what this is on. Which is why I had it running on my 140 litre tank. Because normally if you get a filter that's rated for 300 litre, you'd put it on a 150 litre tank, you just halve it. So that's why I was running that on the smaller tank, which means really I want a bigger filter for this tank. I'm thinking of getting a Fluval FX6. It's a bit of an overkill as it's a huge canister filter. It's really expensive. So I think in the future I will replace this 406 with a FX6. It'll be really nice. But yeah, the stand's really well made and works really well. Looks empty in there now. The canister filter looks tiny as well. Just sat there. So yeah, that's an update on the tank. Well, not really an update, just going over in detail really how it's set up. Future plans, more fish, more of the rainbow fish. Also some more smaller fish. Some little tiny colourful ones that will swim around the plants, look really nice. Not going to tell you what they are yet, but I'll reveal those in another video. More plants. I think I'm going to put like a carpet at the front, like pygmy chain swords. I'm just going to cover the front in small chain swords. I think it'll look really nice. Yes, if you like the video, please subscribe and comment. Thanks a lot.